It is time to fight for this love. This love story has gotten too icy, too cold. Right now, there is a really cold, cutting truth about this love. But what this love is meant to be, what this love was at the start, is destined. This love has challenged you. This love has changed your world. This love has championed you, made you richer, enriched you with seeds, prosperity, ideas, dreams, beliefs. This is the love that makes you the greatest version of yourself. Today we're using the TV tarot, but I am a clairvoyant, intuitive reader. I am indeed the hermetologist. Hit like and subscribe. Stick around for the truth today. I am connecting with somebody who has this love, but it is torn up and wrapped up in this icy world. This world doesn't like a love this beautiful, this prosperous, this bright, this giving, this rich. This love has been wrapped in conflict for a long time. I don't want to talk about fights and war and drama, but I want to talk about your soul. I want to talk about your heart chakra. I want to talk about the inner you. You see, the cards we have today from the TV tarot is the Game of Thrones card, Queen of Cups, and the healing card, the Star card, with the Notebook. Now, the Notebook is one of the greatest love stories there is. It's emotional, it's deep, it's heartfelt. Look at the image. Look at all the rain. Look at all the love. Look at all the deep intimacy, the embrace, the lifelong story, the hard work and dedication for this love to flourish. Look at all the water. This reading is gorgeous today because just off symbolism alone, look at the ice from Game of Thrones. Look at all the dead bodies laid out there. I'm talking to someone who has had a lot of exes. You and this person have left a stream of exes and unlove, unfulfillment, unwantedness in the wake, in your past. Behind you, nothing but disaster. Every relationship you have ever been in potentially has left you with nothing but an icy, cold exterior. Every relationship, a little less faith in love, a little less faith in humanity, more upset, trial and tribulation after trial and tribulation. It doesn't give me toxic and it doesn't give me conflict and actual war. But feel free to share more in the comments. It feels like just a numbing of it all. What I get from this reading is I'm connecting with someone who, instead of going down a route where relationships became toxic and really, really gross, you just bowed out early. You have clairvoyance, you have clairsenses, claircognizance feels right here for you guys because you know if it's going to work or not. You sense the ups and downs, the positive and negative. You can feel the red flags, you get the vibration, and any time you see that red flag, clamp on your heart. No, we can't move on. Yet you have foreseen the greatest love of your life, the Notebook, the greatest story of all. You've been healing something from your past lives. It is a gorgeous story because it talks to me about a love that you knew was never going to be in your immediate circumference, never going to be quite close enough for you to receive it. The mission for this reading, the mission position, is the Notebook, the healing, the truest, greatest love story of all. That's the mission, that's the obstacle, that's the challenge space. Yet the action is Game of Thrones. It's been a war. It's cold out there. Winter is coming. Yeah? Have you been one of those people every single season? It's cuffing season. Winter's coming and I've got no one to snuggle at the fire. Christmas is coming. No one there. The autumn months if you live in the UK and one of the seasonal places in the world. When it gets to the colder months and you want to snuggle up with someone and you haven't got that. honeymoons, holidays, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, ice. Winter is always coming because you've never got anyone to cuff with, cuddle up with, and you didn't even desire to try because they weren't worth your while. They were never what you really wanted. And time has ticked on and on and on. And you've still gone, but that's not what I want. If I can't see what I want, why would I proceed? Why would I give? There's nothing there for me. I am icy and cold. Even though you are the Queen of Cups, male or female, the Queen of Cups energy is gorgeous. That's someone tempered, empathic, loving, emotional, present, giving. So much in the heart chakra to bring to the table. So much. Our first card as well, also Queen of Cups, double. I'm looking at somebody here who is got it all going for themselves. Got it all going for yourselves. Queen of Cups here, twice, in the action position, with a Game of Thrones, that cold, icy, winter is coming energy, right? Then, in the past position, you've long had it all. You've long been receptive, loving and kind and known how to open and know how to love. Yet in the present moment, 7 of Cups, you've had a lot more on your mind than just love. You've had a lot more emotional depth than the average person. You can't just dive into a relationship for the sake of it because you need more and you're clear. You've got clear senses. You're incredibly gifted. You're the Queen of Swords for a reason because behind you, you've got 7 cups that only you can temper. And you want to be able to give all of your cups in a relationship. That's gorgeous. I've never done a reading like this where I'm outrightly telling you, you haven't got 1 cup. You know when they say your cup runneth over, you can't give from an empty cup. You, my darling, don't even have an empty cup, let alone 1 cup overflowing. You have 7 cups filled to the brim. And you know that you've never met anyone with enough depth to receive all of your cups. And all of your cups are beautifully positioned on your mantelpiece. They shine each and every day. You drink from them a little bit here and there. You play them, you know. You play them like a gauntlet. You play them like a musical instrument. Available in my Amazon list. Go and check out the musical instruments I'm referring to. Loads over there if you do like music. But the truth of the matter is with that, you're icy and you're cold because you've got it all. And you're aware of what it means to let your guard and boundaries down and let anyone into your circumference. It doesn't always end well in Game of Thrones. It's always someone trying to take the throne. And you've been there, you've done that. No one's going to take from the Queen of Cups and no one's going to take from the Queen of Swords. You will not be defeated here. And you always have your guards up. In the position of interference, we've got the 5 of Swords. No. You will pull out your sword immediately. Look how strong you are. Look how intelligent you are. Look how purposeful your mission is. Because not only are you full of emotional depth and balance with the cups that you exude, but you come out with really strong swords, intelligent as well. Emotional intelligence through the roof. Emotional intelligence through the roof. That's why you just can't be with anyone. And you've committed to that. It's gorgeous because following that, in the 5th position, is the sound, the frequency and vibration. And that's the commitment card. That's the 4 of Wands. You've committed. You are committed. So deeply committed. To what? Your equilibrium. Your heart space. Your inner knowing. Yeah? And as a result of that, your greatest asset is your ability to have a new beginning. You're going to begin again. You're going to begin again and begin again and begin again. And it's fascinating to me because it's talking to me about there's this cracking open of your higher self. Yeah? Now, when I talk about a cracking open of your higher self, I'm talking about you slowly releasing all of these cups, for example, that you've got on your mantelpiece. All of these cups that I use as a metaphor that you're drinking from and basking in. There is something the divine is bringing forward electronically, I want to say. But I wanted to say it energetically, but they're like, no, electronic. there is something electronically coming towards you. This could be a string of online dates, a new lease of life. I don't see you as an online dater, to be honest. A string of texts, a string of exes, a string of messages. It could be a string of exes showing up and awakening you to periods of past, a revelation of someone from your past, something coming towards you. It feels like there is this a mass awakening from your higher self down to all gradients, versions of you from past, present and future, and it's cracking open an Ace of Wands energy where now all this water that you've had in abundance for years and years and years that has been really, really icy for your own safety. I'm getting Avatar. The destiny, the story, Avatar the Last Airbender, was the simple fact that he was encased in that ice for decades and decades because the Fire Lord was out there. The Fire Lord was trying to destroy the airbenders. So the simple fact is you were preserved. Your heart space has been preserved. Your passion for love, your ability to give. I'm connecting with someone who hasn't got children as well, I want to confirm. Yeah, because I've just got the ideology of what it means to go through childhood and your firstborn in a relationship together. What it means to journey so deeply in rich, loving union with someone, and it feels like it's going to be the first for you. What's so gorgeous as well, and I feel like this is kind of your vibration, and what really grounds you in integrity is this whole spread. We can clearly see the notebook. This is a story of the greatest love of all. The greatest love of a lifetime, romantically. So you and another person in deep embrace, rich, purposeful love, yeah? From the core of self and inner knowing, from emotional intelligence, from true heart space, yeah? But they're not showing up here. Yeah? Who's showing up here? You. You. I love it. It screams self-love. It also, I can't see anyone saying that you're obnoxious or narcissistic or too me. But if they did, it would be valid in the most gorgeous of ways, because it would clarify that you are indeed purposefully pursuing you. And that's the win, right? Because I'm looking at someone who is very self-focused, very self-inspired, very self-love, very understanding the need for self. Self is incredibly important. Self-love, self-care, self-awareness. Like, you're open to all people. We can see your heart space. We can see the Seven of Cups in you. We can see the Queen of Cups. We can see the Queen of Swords. We understand who you are. At the core, you are exuding excellence. You are committed to any lower vibration in your life that shouldn't be there and cutting it out. You've been doing this for years. For the last 4 years, you could have been celibate, removed yourself from the spotlight, withdrawn, gone within. Either way, if this is year 5 of celibacy and singlehood, it is the year of fascinating. I just got the year of repentance, and I said, what the hell, that doesn't make sense. But I always say weird things and I bounce. Should I say it? Should I not? They're talking to me about repenting, yeah, because they want you to know it has been a sin for you to be so self-contained and ice yourself. And they say that in a laughy way, because no, it's not. Like, hear me out. They're giving me so much visions, right? Because not only are they showing me a timeline of Oak and Oakman and Hobbitland and Fairy World and hugging trees where everyone is naked and nudist and we're all picking daisies and we've got daisy chains and we've got on our groovy flare pants and we're singing and dancing, and children are just there being rocked freely while sucking on their mother's bosom while the rest of the tribe milk the cows and prepare the fire, and everybody is grounded in the nature of human existence, and we are all Adam and Eve here, just flourishing in the now moment, and love is authentic and pure and genuine, and nudity isn't lusty or sexualized, but just the body at one and peace. Yet there is husband and wife all over here, and we are skipping and we are fairy and we are one. That's the side of me that's going, sinful of you to spend the last 4 or 5 years in isolation or in ice, You have needed as the airbender. Wake up, come out. We've been searching for you. We thought the last airbender was dead, right? But the truth of the matter is here, with the Ace of Wands, it's taken me to a whole other dimension. The dimension where we've got robots and it's cyberpunk and it's, I keep saying Dalek today, and I keep saying, now I want to say exterminate, exterminate. And that is the paradigm shift. Do you think we have time to fall in love when exterminate is present? No. Now I'm getting all the robots from Star Wars, the gold one. What's the gold one called? And he's always in an absolute tizzy. Sometimes I feel like that's me. Oh my god, everything's not working. Oh my god, overdrive. Oh my goodness, quickly, we must find him. Oh my, he's missing. Where is Luke? Oh my goodness. Right, right, that's my interpretation. An awful impression, right? But that's what it feels like right now. It's the paradigm shift of, it would be nice to have all of that and live in that realm where I can be warm and receptive, because your true nature is the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Cups. But you can't, because exterminate. We have Darth Vader here, okay? The stormtroopers are coming. There is risk all around. This isn't the time to fall out and fumble around in the sheets, okay? But here we go, because this era of your life, 555, year 5, whatever's going on here. In my head, I want to say that someone could be getting back with someone they met in 5th grade or year 5 in school. You could be falling deeply in love with someone you met in 5th grade. What an amazing love story. I'm really being guided to share this. You met 5 years ago, you know? But the 5 is significant. You could have been celibate for 5 years. You could have broke up with someone 5 years ago. You could have been working in a company or business for 5 years. There's something significant about this year as well, and this being the 5th for you. And this is the year of shift. Because what's coming in with the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Wands is the melting away of that ice inside of you. Yeah? It's gorgeous, because whatever's coming, you've been prepared for it and you've worked hard for it, and it's everything you've dreamed of and more. And you wouldn't even allow yourself to get caught up in a dream, because exterminate. You know, it's definitely a very interesting, dynamic and specific, orchestrated kind of love that you seek and demand, that you need, that you're seeking out, you know. Oh, there's so many stories I want to hone in on now. It's giving me loads of Star Wars visions, Star Trek visions, every love story in Star Wars, every love story in Star Trek, and where it comes from, and how people still manage to find love in the field of chaos, right? Now it's giving me Trinity and Neo. I mean, did Trinity and Neo really have time to have deep, thought-provoking moments looking into each other's eyes while the agents are coming and the phone needs to ring? There is no time. We need to escape the Matrix, but there's still long pondering and deep eye contact and this mysticism and this air of inner knowing and love that's finally present. Funny enough, I'm also getting the vision in my head. Oh, okay, I love this, because it's confirmation. In the past, yeah, whilst you've been going through this experience, you could be a CEO, entrepreneur, businessman or woman, someone incredibly busy, someone incredibly driven, someone studying to be a doctor, someone working incredibly hard, intense hours, early mornings, late nights, long shifts, never really around, traveling, at war, on tour, whatever the case is, you're not really around enough. But the chicks keep coming, the men keep coming, because the vision I'd got in my head was the scene in the movie Emperor where the man who is running and freeing himself from slavery, he is taken in by 2 other slaves who are looking after the property. And in the middle of the night, this slave woman comes out and she's trying to sleep with him. And it makes me laugh, because as soon as I watch that scene, I'm like, is she joking? Is she joking? He has to be up in a few hours and go and keep running from the slaves trade. Are you joking? She thinks that there is time in his busy schedule to have sex. He just saw his woman be murdered. They murdered his wife. He's running and fleeing. He murdered 3 other people. He is at risk. He is a slave trying to be freed. He hasn't got time to sleep with you. Do you get what I mean? So the image here and the message here is, this is why you've been so icy. It gives me celebrities and pop stars and music artists and stuff like that in that kind of era where you got groupies and fans and everyone's throwing themselves at you. They want a bit of you, and people are throwing their bra on stage and everyone's trying to seduce you, and it's like, this ain't the time or place. There's other things going on here. You've got to be joking me. Yeah? He didn't even want to stop and stay really in the first place. They're like, it's okay, stay, eat some food, rest. In the middle of the night, he's just eaten food. He needs a full night's sleep. He needs to run tomorrow. He could die tomorrow. There's a high percentile. He'll probably die tomorrow. But you want sex with your lusty arse. Get the fuck out of here. And that's what I wanted to share with you, because that is the vision I got, and it just threw me back to that movie. Go and watch Emperor. Really important movie about slavery and what we all go through, and I just think it's a beautiful movie. So take that in and know that someone is freeing themselves from a lot of imprisonment and self-imposed bondage, and no one's arguing with you because you weren't in the fairyland. And you are indeed the Queen of Cups, masculine or feminine. And the truth of the matter is, you had to protect yourself and your assets. And that's your heart. It's so gorgeous to connect with a vibration. Well done. Thank you for coming and giving me faith in humanity. Because you're showing up to me with beautiful assets. And they're all water-based. They're all love-based. They're all heart chakra-based. They're all gorgeous. And they've been really icy. I love that even more, because it shows me you've got so much more to give to the world. Once they start to melt down, you're not ruined. You're not. That's really inappropriate for me to say, but some people would look at an ex and say they're like they're sexually ruined. You know, like that person's had hundreds of men. Like that girl's been ran through. Do you get what I mean? I don't know why we're going here, but that's what I get. Like, you don't want to be with someone who's been run through. You know, and if so many guys out here have been run through, so many guys are just ugh. Do you get what I mean? And what I see here is a couple and a connection where you haven't been run through in any sense of the word. And not only have you not been run through in a physical, sexualized, lusty, icky sense, where your name's all over the streets and you're well known for being a freak, but your heart chakra and your emotions haven't been run through to the point where they're severely damaged, to the point where you've got all of these wounds that can't be repaired, to the point where you're toxic and deeply disturbed and wounded and set in your ways in relation to love and emotion. You're free. Yeah? I want to say you're a free slave. Which sounds weird. But in line with the Emperor movie, that's what I want to say, okay? And it's gorgeous, because now you can get your papers, which for some of you guys could be a massive wedding ceremony, an invitation, a real festive occasion, and allow your reality to really warm up after all this time. Finally, you're starting to warm up, yeah? Been outside in the cold for a long time in that ice. Get in. Warm yourself up, guys. What a beautiful journey you are about to go on this year. Keep me posted in the comments, okay? Love and light.